I'd rather play the Lakers than Golden State. If I was anybody, I'd rather play the Lakers than Golden State.
Mm, I'm not mad at that though. I'm not mad at that. I'm not.
Um,
So hold on. So when you say they looking scary, elaborate further on that,
I
young man. Like
listen, man.
scary, like what? They're coming out the west. Like what
No,
you
no, no, no,
talking
no.
about?
I'm not saying they coming.
What you talking about here?
I'm not saying they coming out the West. What I'm saying
Okay,
is
all
that
right.
if I was the opponent,
Okay,
I would not take it lightly. I would not take them
okay. I
lightly.
respect.
That's what I'm saying.
I
You know what I'm
respect.
saying?
I
Because
respect. I
um,
respect.
it just they look that good. You know what I'm saying? They look
They
that
look
good.
good. They look
You
good.
know,
They look good.
um,
They look good.
and you know, like Chuck said, they had a they had a couple good weeks. A couple good weeks. He ain't. You know, he's like, look, they had a couple good weeks. That's it. You know.
No, that's
Um,
like, come on, man.
but
Like,
but listen. So they did. I mean, so they're the only loss. So actually, they had one really bad loss. Um, that was earlier in the month against the Sixers. No one should lose to the Sixers. I mean, that no one should lose to the 76ers, right? Um, Nobody. Not you, not me, nobody. And then they got
oh,
and then the other loss,
my bro is
um,
crazy,
and the other
bro.
loss in March and this month came to the Nuggets, which is yeah, I mean, you
No,
know,
no
that
knocking that.
yeah, I'm
No
not knocking
knocking
that at
that.
all. Um,
Not that.
but they looking scary. They looking scary, bro. They looking scary. You know, they looking
They look
scary.
good. They look, but my whole thing is let's pump the brakes. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like they about to just run away out the west because I don't listen. Playoffs is a different animal, bro.
It is.
We we
Yeah,
we we know that.
yeah, but they got playoff experience. They got
I
yeah,
I get all that.
they got all of that.
But it still come down to execution, bro. I
Right.
still think they don't got it again. The key piece to me, how good Kaminga could play consistently with Jimmy Butler and all of them. Because I know he's coming back. He was injured. I want to see how that play
Yeah,
out. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and you know
So
what's crazy is that I believe that speaking of Kaminga, I believe that him being in Golden State is
mhm.
actually holding him back.
Woo!
I I
Say
think it's
talk
actually
about it.
I think it's actually holding him back. You know what I'm saying? I think that if he was in a somewhere, I mean, cause look, you got Steph. Look, we all know that's Steph's team. I mean, it's gonna be his team until he retires or leaves. I mean, I don't think he's gonna leave ever.
Mhm.
You know, but anybody who's gonna play the backseat to a guy like Steph, you know, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. Me personally, I wouldn't want to be in that situation. Um, I don't, has Steph helped them? Has I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think Kaminga was already a good player who's
Right.
progressing, and you know what I'm saying, and
Talent is there, bro.
he just needs the opportunity to showcase it
Mhm.
on a more
Mhm.
consistent basis. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And with
Mhm.
Golden State, with Steph there, it ain't gonna happen. And now with the addition of Jimmy
Mhm.
Butler, it's you know,
Mhm.
it's very little, you know. And look, he can't be. I mean, you know, in a second unit. I mean, you know, it's just. But yeah, he got to be in a place where he's the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the guy. You
Mm.
know, because I think he
He,
could
he,
be. I think he could be.
oh, you think he could be?
Oh yeah,
Really?
I think he could be. I don't look. He's not gonna. You know, he's not gonna
No, I
be
hear
a
what you're
Steph. You know
saying.
what I'm saying? Not gonna be a
I hear
Steph
what you're
or you
saying.
know, but he could be the guy on the team. You know, so
You know, which is crazy, bro. I like him, but I think they got to trust him more. I think they got to know, like, he's the future. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
Kaminga could do it all. Like, his game is getting better. He could shoot. He could jump out the gym. Defensively, he's a nightmare. You know what I'm saying? In the passing lanes, I think they got to trust him more, bro, because he's their future going forward, bro. To
Mm-hmm.
me, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
agreed. Yeah, yeah. He either you know once either. I mean, I don't think Golden State would ever trade. I mean, well, it depends on the return. You know,
About the
depends on the
return, but
return.
shit. What?
Um, you know, but you know, but we'll see. We'll see how that
We'll
looks. And
see.
but look, Golden State. I think overall it's looking. Look, like again, I wouldn't take them lightly if I was going to get up against them. You know what I'm saying? If I was any team in the West, you know.
You're right.
So
I get,
um,
of
you know,
course, course.
but you know, we'll see what happens with that.
See what happens with that. So hold on, before we close this Golden State, is it a guarantee they get out the first round?
A guarantee? Nah,
Guaranteed.
nothing's guaranteed, man. Nothing's guaranteed.
Nothing's
So,
guaranteed. Nothing's
no.
guaranteed.
If I had to break it down, I would say that they probably have a 70% chance of getting out of the first round.
I like that. That's pretty high, young man.
No,
That's
it
pretty
is high. It is high. It is high.
pretty
It is high.
That's pretty high.
But look, yeah, I've seen things happen. Look, you know, like ever since they won that chip in 2020, was it 2020? Or 2022?
I think 22, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was 22.
Ever since they did that, you never know. You never know.
Right? I get it. I get
You
it.
know,
I get
so,
it. I get it.
But
I get it.
we'll have to wait and see.
I wait and see. All right, bet. I like that. I like that.